Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome to Saeed TV and welcome back to the Straightjacket podcast. Podcast 207. We are rolling through the World Cup. We are approaching, I believe, 12 more days, 13 more days to the final. So it's creeping there, man. The quarterfinals, one more quarterfinals to go. That's Morocco. Hopefully, Morocco beats Spain. Inshallah, they win. And then obviously, Portugal versus Switzerland. So let's see what happens there because Switzerland.
Come on, Switzerland!
Yeah, because they always have a knockout in them, so you never know with them. But Nuruddin, how are you, man? You're getting the cup of teas in because I tell you what, mate, it's cold out there.
It's chopping out there, lad. It's chopping. But hey, everybody in the audience, Saeed, it's fucking coming home, pal.
It's coming home. It's coming home.
It's coming. Football's coming. Is it?
All right, listen. Big up to everybody. Yeah, man. Listen, it's been a for me. Like I said, it's full of drama. Today, Brazil gave the chop in to South Korea, man. I thought at time already it wasn't fair, man. It wasn't fair on South Korea to get that chop in, but listen, they held it down.
No. To be fair to them, they started off trying to play their game.
I know.
They would have made it such a boring, dull game if they had 11 men behind the ball, camped in front of their own area. It would have made it. But what happened in the first half was that their front six didn't press. The two midfielders.
Yeah, of course.
And the two they didn't press. So then what would happen is that they were leaving like 4 against 4 or 3 against 3 at the back. And that's why they got caught out. But in the second half, they proper tested. In that first half, they could have scored.
I know.
They worked Alisson. That's more than anybody else can say that's come up against Brazil. They worked Alisson.
And I don't think the naivety.
One man's son scores that goal. To me, it wasn't a 4-0 game. It could have been 6 in the first half.
Could have been 6, though.
But throughout the whole game, the amount of chances they created, South Korea, they played well in the second half, man. They did. They fixed it. They got tighter in the second half. They got tighter and closer to people in midfield. And they didn't allow the quick transitions that Brazil were playing at. That counter-pressing. They didn't allow that. So, pick up South Korea. At least they, you know what? At least they tried to stay true to their own values and go, we're not. But what happens is that it's like Liverpool, isn't it? If you don't press the ball, if you want to play like that, if you don't press the ball, if your front six get out past, then you're going to get caught and you're going to concede goals.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, you know what I mean? Someone said here, didn't like the manager, Johnny, with the dancing, disrespectful. For me, I don't, you know what they do in ITV? They're clever what they're doing, bringing Souness and Keane at the same time to give I just feel like for me, why are you here if you don't want to, like yesterday was about Senegal and the drumming, and then you're bringing him on tonight. Like, if you're that depressed and you're that kind of miserable, stay at home, man. Stay at home, man.
Saeed, listen, I find it really difficult, man, because it's not like Saeed that listen, Graham Souness, I don't care about Graham Souness, he's a racist prick, right? But I'll say this now about it. I won't mind if Roy Keane was just from England or whatever. He's from Ireland. Saeed, I know about Irish culture.
I know they're all about dancing. What's that song that you love?
Saeed, there's a thing called jig. The whole thing is about jig. They recognize for their dancing and partying and celebration. They don't need to celebrate anything to have a party in Ireland. They don't.
Yeah.
Like this idea, Roy Keane is so. Oh, I'm telling you now, Roy Keane is just a grumpy old man.
That's it. Simple.
I'm telling you, dancing and singing and celebrating, that's the quintessential part, especially Republic of Ireland culture. Not Northern Ireland, but Republic of Ireland culture. I've been to the Republic of Ireland side. I've seen it with my own eyes.
Yeah.
The party, every pub there's a band on, and then everybody gets up on stage and does the jig. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's just Roy Keane. I think he's just miserable in it. But listen, that's him.
And he doesn't understand people's cultures. You don't understand African culture. You don't understand, and you don't want to understand. He's ignorant. You don't want to understand that either. You don't want to understand Brazilian culture, African culture, which is synonymous actually. Do you understand where the Brazilians get this from?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Ghana shows you. You know what I mean? All the other African teams show you this celebration, this music,
it's a form of expression, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, listen, they don't understand it. Like, they're not black, man. They're not. I'm telling you, if Ian Wright was on there, he would be like, listen, this is part of their culture. They dance regardless. They're gonna dance, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get over yourselves.
No, man.
They
And also,
get over themselves, man.
The chat want to know, man. A little bit of Casemiro praise today. A little bit. That's all we're asking for. A little bit of Casemiro praise.
You know what? Casemiro played well today. He played well. I'm going to lie. I don't have an agenda. I just tell it as it is. He played well today. Casemiro played well today.
Casemiro praise. We've got it.
Listen, Casemiro. Oh. I don't know what the agenda is, but listen,
we just wanted to hear some praise. That's all.
I'll let you carry on, but listen, I say it is simple. For me, I love Casemiro. I love the fact that he's here. I love the fact that he plays for Man United. I would have wished him to have been here five years ago. 100%.
I know, but if we're still
5 years ago, and is he the same player he was 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago?
Oh, is he gone? You gone there, Nuruddin? Yep, Nuruddin's gone. They've caught you. Are you back? Nuruddin, you back? Can you hear us? Oh, is he sipping his tea? Is he froze, people? Look at that, man. I think even the Casemiro prop it's shocked him so much, people, that it's froze him. Look at that, people. The Casemiro prop. He's thinking, what do I do with myself now? Casemiro's got his Wi-Fi saying, you know what? Hold it a minute, Nuruddin. You're not going to come in like that and just say you're going to give him praise. You're not going to do that. I'm going to cut you off for a little bit. But look at this, people. Just before he comes back, 86 touches, 84 pass accuracy, 6 ground drills won. He's just messaging me now. Battery died 2 minutes. The batteries died on him, people. The batteries died on him, people. But look at this, people. 86 touches. You're back. Oh, he's not back. They've took it, man. That's what I'm saying. The stats are making him a bit, they've got him. 6 ground drills won, 5 long passes completed, and 1 clearance. No, then you're back. They're saying that Casemiro praise got you. You know what I mean? It took it out on you, man. It was like, you know what? What's going on here? The computer can't handle it.
Computer was like, nah, no, thank you. I'm not here for this. I'm not here for this, man.
But you know what?
I've had some problems, I think I've been shadow banned.
Shadow banned? What do you mean?
Shadow banning is?
No.
It's a thing on YouTube. So basically, my videos are not getting the same views that they were getting before. And people are not, liking videos and stuff like that. And somebody said to me, it's because you've been shadow banned.
Oh.
What the hell is shadow banned?
It might be when YouTube detects something that your channel, that you might have done something, either it's a picture.
What have I done? We talked about football. We talked about politics, what they try to do to Qatar. That's all we talked about. So,
that's what they're trying to silence you, mate. They're trying to silence you, man. That's what they're trying to do, man.
People, man, subscribe to United Real Therapy, people. We're going to be talking about it's growing. The list every day I'm checking it and it's growing. We're going to be talking about our 10:30 people on United Real Therapy. We're going to be talking about the Manchester United supporter groups asking for members on the board and even maybe shares in the new Man United. If there is going to be, everything's gone all silent all of a sudden. Ain't nobody on that giddy train anymore, mate. Because the Glazers,
listen.
Glazers are literally Glazers are doing the fiddle, mate. Fiddle. Playing fiddle.
Yeah. But people, there's over 200 of us in here, only 59 likes. Let's get the likes up. We are going to be discussing the Cody Gakpo and the saga that continues, Nuruddin. Are you keeping up with this saga, Nuruddin? Because right now, we're in internal discussions. Woo! Nuruddin, it's getting exciting now. We're on internal discussions on the striker.
We've contacted his representatives Man United are edging. What's the other words?
They're seduced by the kind of signing of Gakpo. But listen, I heard that United. I don't understand why we're having internal discussions. We need Gakpo. We need a forward. We don't have a forward. We only have one forward in terms of a striker, and that is Martial. If we're going to use Gakpo as a striker, then for me, go and get him. Like that's what I would say. But they are going to be having internal discussions on striker, on Gakpo in the next days. Nearly 50 million. Like I said, that's still the price right now, and it remains the price. But I don't understand why Man United have an internal discussion. This should be a straightforward plan. You know, United need him. You know what I mean? We don't have any of the options. The scouting department, like I said, I still need to know what they're up to and what they're going to be doing. But right now, the manager's insisting on Gakpo. It's just whether United can find an agreement. Really.
Have you watched him, Side? Have you watched him? Do you think it's the player that we need? Have you seen him? Like,
I think for me, yeah,
he can't hold the ball. He's not a striker. He's not even.
Hold on a minute. I'm gonna dispute that. I think he plays better in the forward area than he plays out wide. That's just my opinion. I think when he's
that's the number 10. That's the number 10. Yeah, behind somebody.
Not number 10, but he can play in the 2. I think if you had Martial and him up front, that could work out. Look at the way he's linking up with Memphis Depay. Do you see it?
Yeah.
But I don't know why everybody's so like.
Now listen, in the second half,
what is it you want?
You know, in the second half for Holland, he played as a midfield player. He played like
He dropped in just behind Depay, who was a more vocal point. But I think for me, when he's in that final third, he becomes lively, and the fact that he's so potent up front, like one chance, bang, like he's very, very efficient player, and this is what Ten Hag would want. He doesn't want to have a million chances in the score. Look at the way he strikes the ball. Look at the way he's very, very confident when he's in front of goal. I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of people are starting to look at him on the wing and thinking, very, very rash, not the best technically. But when he's up front, Nuruddin, he's very, very much, boom, one shot, bang, one shot movement, boom. This is very, very kind of efficient in that front. But it depends what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if Ten Hag wants him, obviously Ten Hag's going to have a plan for him. And I'm happy to concede to Ten Hag because he knows more than I do on what he wants, how he wants to play at Man United. I'm not in charge. I just don't see this guy suiting the way Man United play. Honestly, I don't. Let me finish. Manchester United, in my eyes, need an out-and-out striker. We need somebody to hold up the ball because the way that we're constructing our team, our midfield is not good enough. Our midfield is not good enough. You know, in the big games, we're not, unless we sit back and counter press people. Man United midfield with Eriksen, let me finish. Let me make my case. With Eriksen and Casemiro, in the way that Erik ten Hag wants to play right now, those two, Eriksen is non-existent in terms of defensive responsibilities and stuff. And in terms of constructing the play, if Bruno's in there, the only thing that I saw, me personally, no word of a lie, and where I could see a Gakpo. I know Ten Hag likes players who pick up the ball centrally and drive at people and have shots or whatever, because we saw it. We saw it against one of the teams in the Europa League. He put Rashford in that position. You know what Ronaldo was up for, and he put Rashford in that position. So I understand what you're saying. Gakpo can play there. But from the way I look at it, now that it's no Ronaldo, and even Ronaldo wasn't doing it anyway, we needed it in the summer, we needed a striker, regardless Ronaldo stayed or Ronaldo. Right? So for me, the way I look at it is that we need somebody to drop in the hole, a guy who can, in the Premier League side, in the Premier League, where defenders are up your backside constantly, somebody who's strong enough to hold that ball up and bring our midfielders into play and to give the chance to our centre half, push up halfway line, squeeze the game, but a guy who can hold the ball. So then our our fullbacks can get into that transitional area, you know, where they protect, like sometimes we get 2-2, you know what I mean? And then we'll be able to feed our wingers and bring the midfield like a Casemiro, a Bruno Fernandes, somebody into play. And the only striker that I can see that who's got that ability, who can bring people into the game and play, is Benjamin Sesko. Now, it came out, apparently, United scouted him when he was in the United scouted him, And we could have had him for 3 million.
I know. We could have had Caicedo for 4.5 million, but this is not this. You know what the scouting system is all about. But
No, the Glazers don't listen. These scouts, the Glazers don't listen. But for me, I see it as I want a striker who could hold that ball up, because one of the biggest things what's been frustrating for Manchester United this season, specifically when we have no Martial, is that when Martial is in the team, a huge difference, because he can actually, receive it on the front foot or get it on the half turn on the back foot, and that opens the game up even more for us in that to feed our wide guys. I don't see Cody Gakpo doing that. The only other thing is Cody Gakpo is like, is he good on the right? And I spoke to one of these kids who's a big PSV fan on Twitter. He said to me, listen, he's good on the left. He comes in, obviously on his right. He's lethal. He can dribble. He's fast. He like you said, he likes to play those quick, like little link up. Yeah, that's what he does. But he said he's not a striker. He's not going to be able to hold up the ball. He said what he can do, and I think that what Van Nistelrooy has been working with him apparently since he's been at PSV, is that running off the ball. So that's a good thing. So he can do a good thing where he can run off the ball. And at Man United, at times, we look static. We look absolutely static. So if he's going to do that, that's what he's going to do. But Man United needs somebody who can hold that ball up. Let's say in the game, Anfield, we're away at Anfield, Man United are winning 1-0, yeah? Ball goes forward. Somebody holds that ball, holds it up, brings our wingers into play.
Why don't we go get Depay and Gakpo then? So we can have a bit of both.
Somebody told me, I'm not a lie to you, somebody who's in the know has told me that Depay, Man United is done. It's a done deal.
Oh.
Somebody said that to me.
Like somebody within the club or somebody
in the know. Somebody in the know.
Okay.
Somebody in the know has said to me that Depay Man United is a done deal. Well, and I'm like, well, we'll have to see in it. That's what they've heard. That's what they've been told. That's what they've heard. And I'm like, well, we'll have to wait and see. And to be fair, those rumors were there even in the summer. Remember?
He's only available for 4 million, by the way.
Yeah. Well,
Charlie McNeil, I've watched a bit of Charlie McNeil. I think he's still raw. I think he's still developing his game. For me, I would let him carry on developing his game. Charlie McNeil is not ready. And you can tell when a player's not ready, the manager doesn't even play him. Like, he doesn't even give him time, but we needed him the most. My thing is, Nuruddin, is that Cody Gakpo, I think for me, when you look at this Man United team, they're all like, most of them are transitional players. Like, if you're looking at the players that would, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, they're better suited to the transition. That's why right now, at this minute...
So's Gakpo. So's Gakpo, to be fair.
So's Gakpo. And the manager likes that. He likes the players that are going to be explosive. And when you say that this league doesn't suit Cody Gakpo, I think it does. This is a PMP league, pace and power. Like, the technical side of it, you're going to get that in La Liga. You're going to get it in other leagues. This league, pace and power. Can you overpower teams? Can you get them at pace? Can you go at them and drive? Can you make sure you press on the front? If we can make our team, Nuruddin, if you look at our team, and if we can press from the front with Cody Gakpo, we've got Ante on the right, Martial in the middle, Bruno Fernandes, that's a front four that's got pace, it's got power, it's got an intensity. You're basically squeezing the opposition. Do you see what I'm trying to say, Nuruddin? So we kind of need that at this minute. So that's why you're trying to develop that right now. Don't get me wrong. I also want technical ability, but I see where Ten Hag is going. I really, really do. And then you've got the midfield solidity, Eriksen and Casemiro, who are technically gifted, who can keep the ball, who can play. You can see with Casemiro's passing ability. I think, Nuruddin, you've been a bit harsh there. They still can play. But for me...
No, listen. Of course he can play, but can he play to the level of intensity? Listen, that's another argument. For me, the 14 games I watched from Man United in the Premier League this season, Manchester United have lacked anybody to hold up the ball. I watched games like Leicester and Southampton, and these are the teams, even the likes of Fulham, when Martial came up, we couldn't hold up the ball. And you need that. You need somebody who can hold up this ball. In the Premier League, I'm not going to lie to you. If you haven't got anybody who can hold up the ball, it's me and Drink to those centre-halves when we're under the cosh. When they've got the good period in the game, you need somebody who can receive it on the front foot or take it on the back foot and literally spin and turn. And that is the biggest thing. So to me, Gakpo, I can't see him doing that. No, do I think that he should be in the squad, Man United squad? Yes. Do I think that if the manager likes him so much? But Man United needs somebody who can hold up that ball,
But in
put that
January,
ball
though, this
down,
is
and
January.
bring people into the game.
But this is January, though. This is very, very much January.
But
Tony's got a court case coming, so we can't really get him. Then you've got no, not a court case. Sorry, he's got an independent review from the FA, so he might get banned. So again, I don't know what the club are going to do there.
looking for 10-game ban, by the way.
10-game ban. You've got Vlahovic again, similar in that kind of realm. You've got, for me, my ultimate B would be Osimhen, but again, it's too much.
Yeah, somebody even told me that. Somebody even told me that they don't think Vlahovic is that great holding up the ball.
This one here, Nuruddin, everybody keeps moving away from this topic, but I'm not going to lie to you, yeah? Mitrovic, Premier League proven. How much
he can hold up the ball. He can hold up the ball.
If you want a striker that can get goals, could Mitrovic work?
Well, the one thing about Mitrovic, he can hold up the ball.
He's when strong. You look at it,
he's strong. But of course, listen. Of course, the fan base are gonna be like looking at him like
a nice name, it's not a sexy name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fan base are gonna be looking at him, going, "Oh, he's not that guy." But I've been watching the World Cup, innit? I've been trying to see. I'm not gonna lie to you, son. I mean, the chat will absolutely come and murder me. But Abubakar, mate, Abubakar holds up the ball, deadly in the air, got a finish on him. If you're saying to me Mitrovic, at least he's got better movement than Mitrovic.
Nah. I'd rather have Premier League proven. At least with Mitrovic, we know he's a known. The unknown of Abubakar is unknown, man.
One thing I say, I love these celebrations and the way he took his second yellow, man. My guy took off his shirt and then runs like that.
Now, we're not going to get anyone random. Come on, it's not going to happen. We're not going to get anyone random. I think for me, you've got to look at the Premier League and think, right, who's Premier League proven? Who can be? But then Fulham will never ever sell Mitrovic in January. That's them relegated. That's them relegated.
The only thing they would sell for 100 million.
Exactly. I think Mitrovic goes for more than what people think. I generally do. So I just look at, for me, and now, Nuruddin, Arsenal, Jesus is out for 3 months. That's why I said in the title, could Arsenal hijack?
Oh, yeah. They're linked to him. They're heavily linked to him. But the
heavily linked now.
You heard what Van Dijk said about us, isn't it?
What did he say, by the way? I heard about it. What did he say, Van Dijk?
He basically said, they said to him, "Oh, do you think he can step up to the level of Manchester United and Real Madrid?" And he went, Man United are nowhere in the same level as Madrid. He goes, all due respect, they're not in the same. And I'm like, oh yeah, we're not that. Big up Stevie! What's going on, lad? Hey?
He said, yeah, you've been took over by the apple yet.
Hey, when the apple takes over, you know he's over, don't you? When it's over, well, trust me, Stevie, I'll tell you when it's over. And if all things go well, it'll be sooner than later, mate.
What are you saying? We're going to be taking City off their perch? We're going to be taking City off their perch? Is that what you're trying to say?
Are you kidding me? Well, if Man United or bought by any decent owners, Man United would be where we are in Manchester, mate. We would go back to where we belong, mate.
It's mad, isn't it, to think that, we let City just kind of run away with it, man. Glazers
Stevie don't know that. Listen, Stevie don't know that. I remember the days of the old Division 2 playing against Shrewsbury and these teams, man, back in the day. So I'm old enough to remember that.
He's the same age as you. Steve,
I'm old enough to remember. That's what I said. He remembers. Okay. He doesn't remember the old days, the old Division 2 when 30,000 of their fans were singing "We're shit and we know we are." You know what I mean? Yeah. So I know. I remember those days. But yeah.
Now listen, I think for me, with the Arsenal news coming out now,
how long is he out for? Has he been confirmed?
3 months, man.
Is he had the operation? Is he having an operation?
Apparently, I don't know if he's having an operation. Let me know in the chat, people. But it must be something going on. But again, he's out for 3 months. Which again, Arsenal now, what do? Do they go all out for Goldie Gakpo now? For that could be the difference between us and having the firepower for the top 4 race. Because at the end of the day, like I said, we want to get into this top 4, we want to win trophies. We need a striker. And if Arsenal come in now and hijack it, it could be a problem. Yeah, surgery scheduled. Yeah, surgery scheduled. So
Well,
they want to sign Mudryk, but I don't know if they'll be able to sign him in January.
But it's so funny because Gakpo ain't that striker either. It's weird.
I know.
He's not that striker. He's not a guy like Jesus. Like to me, I'm not lying to you. Jesus would be perfect for Man United. I'm telling you. And I said it, and people laughed at me. People are like, "Hey, shit, we're not getting a City reject. And I'm like, he is brilliant holding the ball up. And for Brazil, he's a massive miss, by the way, for Brazil, because he's the only guy in all of them. Now, out of all of them, out of all of them in a tight game where you need to control the ball, if Brazil are losing 1-0, you hoof it up to him. He can hold that ball. He makes.
But they play a different way, though. Look at the way they're playing. The scintillating football. Richarlison is the main man. Same way, Anthony's not getting in the team now. You know what I mean? It's working for Rafinha.
Let's not talk about that guy, mate. I think we've been ripped off, mate.
Nuruddin, why are you doing this, man? Nuruddin.
I'm looking at him and I'm thinking,
Brazilian players.
Standing on the ball. It's like, oh, you've got to stand on the ball and then
relax, man. He's been out since Everton game, man.
Listen, you got to give me the chance against Cameroon, yeah? And to be fair, Cameroon were playing quite open, and I'm like, take the guy on then. And all he does is take it to the corner and then wait for the other guy to come. And I'm like, 80 million for that. Is he another Maguire in the mix? Even though he's only a kid, I'll reference him. He's only a kid. I look at him and think, is there a big difference between you and Alanga? Is there that big difference? I've triggered him. Science taxi. Somebody get a taxi for Saeed, people. Get a taxi for Saeed. Saeed's gone.
What is it, Nuruddin? Seriously, what is it with you and these Brazilian players? Someone tell me, what did Brazilian people do to you? What did they do to you?
You know, I got loads of Brazilian friends in it. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
I've got loads of Brazilian friends. So,
but what is it with Casemiro and Anthony? You don't like them. You don't favor them. You don't want them at the club. Why? So you're saying Anthony is on the same level as Elanga?
At this moment in time, yeah.
But what do you mean at this moment in time? He's just coming to the football club.
At this moment in time?
Nuruddin, man. You'll defend Elanga because, you know, he's man born and bred and all this and that, yeah, and he's from the academy.
He's from Sweden.
No, but he's born here, though. He's born here. He got a Swedish nationality from somewhere. I know that. Fair play. But come on, Nuruddin, man. Anthony, give him time. He needs time to adapt.
I understand that. Listen, I'm saying it tongue in cheek, obviously. But I'm falling out with that little dickhead. I'm falling out with him, Saeed. That little dickhead could have helped us for the last 3 games. Man United spent 80 million on him. All of a sudden, this mystery injury. Next minute, the Brazilian get together before they fight. Listen, my guy is jumping all over the show in the rondos and that, sprinting and training. I'm like, I thought you were injured. I thought you had injuries, lad. What was going on?
For me, I understand that. Listen, I understand that because he's saving himself for a World Cup. It comes every 4 years.
Nah, mate.
I'm sorry.
You know what I am saying? I'm Man United first, second, and third. That's who I am, mate. Especially when you get above 80 million, mate. I'm not asked about.
By the way, the price tag is not his fault. Don't be. Hold on a minute. The price tag is not his fault.
He's young enough to play in future World Cups. He's young enough to play. It's not like he's 37, taking the piss out of Man United.
He wasn't taking the injury.
I'm not having you take the piss out of Man United. Mate. I'm not having that. I'm not letting no player. You might do. You guys in the chat might do. I'm not letting nobody get away with murder, mate.
I bet if it was Rashford, yeah. Or any of the players there, you'd be like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay.
Saeed, it's not okay. Saeed, listen to me. Rashford, you know Rashford, listen, Saeed. Saeed, listen. You know how I've been consistent? When Rashford was injured for United and then he went to the Euros, I literally atted at him, wrote a paragraph on Twitter to say, Rashford, don't go to this tournament. Get your injuries sorted out. For me, I'm consistent. I'm not letting you take the absolute P out of my club, mate. You got
Nah, mate.
80 million.
The Glazers take the piss out of us, man. You know what I mean? Right now, Anthony, for me, it's a minor problem. We got the job done against Fulham. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't let it stress you. But in terms of, for me, I don't want to talk about Anthony because I want to talk about United. And I want to move over to Jan Sommer. United apparently want him to be our #1 keeper. What are you thinking? Jan Sommer plays for, I think, Borussia Mönchengladbach. He's obviously
Swiss number one.
Swiss #1. Apparently, they want to make him the #1 keeper. That's from the Bild, which is a German, very, very reputable source in Germany. Contract expires in the summer. For me, I can't lie to you, man.
How old is he?
He's about 32, you know.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like Man United are getting a keeper for the next decade, are they?
He's 33. He's older than De Gea.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 33. 33, man.
I don't believe it. First of all, I don't believe it. I think somebody... I know how this came about, and I'm going to break it down for the people here in the room. His agent spoke to a journalist who works for Bild, and because last year his contract, who do you link him to? Manchester United. Why? Because Man United, for the football club, the way we're set up, we always like being linked with players. Our CEO, our current CEO, Richard Arnold, I quote, we like the interactions on our social media networks. So Man United are always used to let other clubs know that this player is available. So as soon as you said, oh, it's last year of his contract, that's an easy phone call.
Easy, I know.
Easy phone call, yeah. Jan Sommer, just link him to Man United because I need to get his name out there. I want to get better money from him. I buy the Liverpool in a new contract, or I want to let it be known that it's on a free in the summer, and we just need a signing on fee. That's all we need to sign for a big club. But where will he be #1? It has to be #1. That's. I've just done it. Saeed's come to his end of his contract at the end of the summer. Just link him to Man United. That's how he works, people.
Yeah,
that's how he works. And the next time, the agent who's got a player that he's got an inside information about rings the journalist up and says, "Hey, by the way, that player's going there. I just want you to know first because you did me a favor last time." That's how it works. I got friends who were football agents. That's how it works.
Big up to HKN Music. He says Costa Sommer. I've been impressed by Costa. You know, I think he's been one of the standout keepers if you look at it in the tournament.
Unless he's got somebody behind him. No. I think he would have conceded the most iconic goal in one of the World Cup history. That would have been in the top 10 shocking moments in World Cup history. Honestly, what happened to him?
You know what?
He looked like traumatized. The kid looked traumatized when he came off the pitch. It looks like he wanted to cry. Yeah.
I think also for me, you've got who's the other keeper that Unai Simon that people were talking about? And look at him, the modern day keeper. It's got to be the right keeper. This idea that we have a keeper just because he's very, very good at distribution. I'm sorry, I'm not with it, man. I look at Costa and I think his overall game is very, very good. He comes out big like Schmeichel. He's got reflexes. He's got, you know what I mean? His actual abilities as a goalkeeper is second to none. And he's actually a good goalkeeper. That's the main key. Saving the ball and making sure it doesn't go into that. That's the first thing as well. But this guy, Simon, even at Robert Sanchez, I'm looking at him and the mistakes he's doing, trying to play out from the back. No. Are you a good keeper first and foremost? Then I look at everything else as secondary attributes. But are they also good as well? Then we can come to a conclusion that we can then say, right, this is a person to replace David De Gea with. Because you can't just get any other name. Because imagine he comes in here and then tries to play out from the back here and then tries to be better, but then concedes more. Who's going to come back in straight into the team, Nuruddin? David De Gea. So you need to get someone who says, David De Gea, you know how, who came in after Hart? Was it Claudio Bravo? Remember that first season? Faultless. Did what the manager wanted him, kept his position. You want someone who comes in and nails that position and be like, right, I'm #1 for the foreseeable future. And that obviously is going to be the same way Alisson was, the same way Edison was. And for me, it's Costa. But he signed a new deal as well. So what do you do then? What do you do then? He signed a new deal. Yeah, you want to be spending 75 million on the keeper?
They only sign a new deal so that they can get more money out of him, his contract. That's why.
Let me ask you a question. Does Ten Hag look at David De Gea and thinks, I need to replace you? You're someone I want to replace.
For me, yes, because David De Gea is not dominant in his own 10-yard box, 6-yard box. He's not dominant. He don't come out and catch crosses, especially in the Premier League where teams, when you're winning, they absolutely smash that ball in. David De Gea stays too much on his line. For me, I need a goalkeeper.
Getting better.
So I need a goalkeeper that's going to be dominant in terms of like the physicality, who's physically intimidating. Like Alisson is. You saw that with that Son chant in the game today. He beats the PSG centre half, then gets into the perfect right foot angle to bend it. He is so big, Alisson, spreads himself, shoulder, with his shoulder. For me, Man United need a dominant goalkeeper. A goalkeeper that's got the physical stature and the mentality to come for crosses, to come for things, who's not afraid. And I just think I'm forever grateful for the decade and a half what David De Gea has done. But for me, I think in the end of the season, it'll be see you later. Thank you very much.
Is he? You would actually say that? See you later, David De Gea in the summer.
Yeah. But I make sure, like Saeed, I'm getting a really competent, well-scouted goalkeeper. I won't be signing. Listen, if we're going to sign anybody, I'll go and get Costa. But I'm not going to sign Summer. I'm not going to sign Summer. No chance.
No. Especially when you look
like him with the game. Even though, to be fair, especially for Switzerland, I don't know what he's like for Baby Leverkusen, but because I don't watch many of their games.
No, by Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Sorry, by Borussia Mönchengladbach. But for Switzerland, he makes incredible saves. But if he was in his mid-20s, I would get him. Why is Man United always Simmer Frame FC?
I know. And because it's cheap. It's Glazonomics, isn't it? When we get new owners, they will just look at anyone and you know what? Who's the best talent in right now that we can get? And it's obviously going to be the best of the best. But right now, they're obviously going for what suits us right now. You see what I mean? So
listen, with the same thing about striker. Why are we talking about elderly strikers? Man United should go and spend that 50 million, go and get Benjamin Sesko. And the thing what people don't understand is that the Red Bull team, Red Bull lot, they always sell. They sell. Whether it's they always sell.
So not Ten Hag. Imagine we kept Ralph Ragnick. We could have had that Leipzig, the model of Salzburg, and just that whole Red Bull model on lock. Imagine that, Nuruddin. Imagine United actually kept him and just said, you know what? He knows the best talent that comes through that whole model. Sesko, we'll get him because he knows Ragnick. And he's Austrian, isn't it, Sesko? He's Austrian, isn't it?
No, he's I think he's from Eastern European country.
No, but what's his nation, though? What's his nation?
I think he might be. Is he Lithuanian or?
Oh, no, he's Slovenian. He's Slovenian.
He might be this.
So Slovenian.
Slovenian, sorry, there you go. One of them.
Slovenian. Yeah. But Nuruddin.
Yeah. He to me, he's got all of the attributes.
Big up to HK who says Sesko is the best young striker United can buy right now. You know what? Nuruddin, you're right. But the problem is, Nuruddin, are we going to make that risk? Or how are we going to actually have the balls to kind of say, you know what? Buy that model there. Listen, we'll give you 50, 60 million for him, and we'll take him off you. Will we do that though? Will we have the cojones to say, you know what, we're going to take that risk? I don't think
if you want to finish top 4, you would. If you want to finish top 4,
there you go. But listen, maybe obviously after the World Cup finishes, maybe we'll start to see some news gather. But for right now, they're happy with Gakpo being their striker. We'll find out.
You know what? This Madrid Gakpo things are apparently real as well.
I know. Real. Of course, man. Of course. They never get tired. And to be fair, they've got Rodrigo on the right, and they've got Vinicius. They only got one. They haven't got much depth over there, so they need depth. So Gakpo could be part of that as well. And obviously Benzema as well is always injured. So, but listen, big up to everybody still watching. Over 400 of you in the chat, and apparently we're only on 100 and something likes, 136 likes. Guys, let's get up to 200 likes, man. It's a Monday night. It's 10:15. We could have easily said, you know what, we're tired tonight. But listen, we're doing the content. We're doing it for you guys. So please smash a like on the video.
Smash a like on that video. It costs you absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
It doesn't cost you a penny.
It's looking like possible Aaron Bissaka to leave Man United has been very clear. They want to find a solution for him. Offers right back for could be Jeremy Frimpong and Denzel from Dumfries. Let me ask you a question, Nuruddin.
Denzel Dumfries was man of the match the other day, but I don't rate him at all.
No, but let me ask a question. We've seen more of Denzel Dumfries than Jeremy Frimpong. And like I said, that's not my argument. But Denzel Dumfries as a backup option, would that hurt Man United for 20-odd million? Would it hurt us?
They wanted 40 for him and Milan in the summer.
In the summer now, but he's cut now to 23 million. Let me know in the chat. Listen, he's not my biggest fan, but I could see. I don't know. Let me just because he's
not your biggest fan, Saeed.
Hey?
We didn't know that. He's not your biggest fan.
No, I'm not saying. Like I said, when I looked at him, I thought, you know what? He's very, very kind of like he's not the most agile right back, but he gets up and down. He's not the most technical right back, but he's very, very efficient. He's not the most skillful right back, but he gets the ball and he whips it in. Do you get what I mean? There's attributes that I see in him that I think, you know what, Dalot might not have. There's attributes of him that I think, you know what, they're good. I don't know, man. It's one of them, you know. Could it work? Or is he more of a right wing back rather than a right back? Do you get it? Like he works better in a 5 than rather than being as a sole right back. Because right back for me, Dalot is clear as a sole right back. But in a wing back system, it could work. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, he's more of a wing back than a right back for me, personally. And I don't rate him that much, but we've got to give it. We have to be honest. He was man of the match for Holland the other day. He was the match.
Yeah.
He set up 2 goals, and
he scored
2 goals, and he scored a fantastic goal, a left foot volley.
Listen,
like even though he might have shinned it, but he scored a left foot volley. At the end of the day, for me, you know what, mate? Man United, the best right back, the most efficient right back, the most incredible stats for the right back, almost up there with Trent, is the guy called
Costa. But we're not linked with him, Nuruddin, man. We're not linked with him.
United have scouted him, apparently. United have scouted him. Brilliant.
No, we haven't. Nuruddin, we haven't done anything. This Gusto thing, I'll be honest with you, I think that's more of a fantasy. We haven't scouted him.
He is, to me, it's a shame of Man United.
We're getting a Dutch team. You know how Wolves, yeah, are Portuguese FC. We're gonna be Dutch, mate. We're gonna be going to Amsterdam. We're gonna be converting, mate. I'm telling you, man. We're gonna be Dutch XL. Dumfries, De Jong, Gakpo, they play up front. Listen, and then you got you're gonna get a finger next season. What's his name? Timber. Listen, it's gonna be a Dutch XL, mate, Nordin. I'm telling you right now.
It's gonna be funny. Saeed, you know what? I'm looking forward to that game. Actually, I'm really looking forward to that game. I'm looking forward to Netherlands, Argentina.
Yeah. Absolutely. The Dutchman, I'm telling you now, Ten Hag can play, man. He's still got the tournament man in him.
But Louis van Gaal, you mean? Louis van Gaal,
man. Louis van Gaal's army, man. But let me ask you a question. We're playing Cadiz on Wednesday. Obviously, Martial turned 27. Big up to Martial. Happy birthday. But there's a lot of players who went. Sancho didn't go. He's still recovering.
Sancho is in Netherlands, apparently.
Netherlands. So he's doing his one-to-one training. But then also, you've got Kobe Mino gone. You've got Donny van der Beek. You've got Tuanzebe, Norrin. Tuanzebe.
Listen, Tuanzebe and Brandon Williams are both training.
Yep. They're both training, yeah. Sorry, they're both training, yeah. So at least you can see them.
Has anybody seen the best centre half in the world? Has anybody seen him yet? Has anybody seen Philly Jonas? Anybody?
No, he's not there. I don't think he's there, you know.
Where's Philly Jonas? Where is he doing?
I don't know. He's collecting his wages, isn't it?
Imagine Philly Jonas becomes our new technical director.
Listen, big up to HKM Music. He says Netherlands will beat Argentina. Without Messi, Argentina, nothing. Well, listen, they also need Lisandro Martinez. Look at that block that he did as well, mate. Lisandro Martinez, again, another signing that we made. And I'm like, you know what, man? I'm so glad.
Warrior. He's been absolute sensational, that kid. Sensational.
Yep.
He's the best defender we've signed since Fergie. You know what? I'll just go and say it. He's the biggest signing, to me, the best signing since Fergie. I'll go out and say that. I'll
Even
go out.
one we made with Pogba and all them.
He's like, when he's on that pitch, he's like one of us, mate. When was the last time you had a player that went on that pitch like was one of us?
Yeah.
Herrera was the guy that came close to him. Andreas
Herrera. Yeah, Herrera's was a club. He's a fan's favorite. You reckon he's the ultimate fan's favorite?
Of course. Leacher, for me, that tackle. You see, he's got his man. He's marking his man, and he sees Otamendi doing some madness. Yeah. The guy was about to score with his right foot. The left back. They thought he was Messi as well. Big up Australia, mate. They went down fighting.
Yeah, fair play.
I love teams like that. I hate teams who go out in a wimp, like cowardice. I love teams who go down. If you're gonna go down, go down fighting, man. Yeah. Go down fighting. And big up Australia, because that last 20 minutes they made a game of it. Even though they scored a fluky first goal. But that guy for Messi, let me show you Messi. And he denied him one of the best goals in the World Cup. That would have been one of the best goals in the World Cup, mate. That feature there straight away gets them there, mate. It's not the way, it's the way he blocks. Make sure that ball did not go in that net. But listen, we're training, warm weather train. Everybody's smiling.
It's not warm, you know. I checked it. It's not very warm. It's about 11, 12 degrees. it's like October weather in Cadiz. I thought it would have been more warmer.
Well, they've gone to the wrong place. Then I would have told them to go to Gran Canaria on the south side of the island. Exactly.
But they have to obviously play Cadiz and Real Betis. Real Betis might be a bit warmer because that's on the southern part of Spain next to Sevilla. Big up to HKM Music. He says, Martial's going to be our highest goal scorer second part of the season. I called it first. He will stay healthy. Well, he's 27 now. Big up to him, man. I feel old, man. Martial's 27, man. We're entering the prime years of Martial. This is going to be Martial's prime years now. You know what I mean? So 27, 28, 29. Listen, I'm 30. He's got to be up there and stake his claim now. He could have a second part of his career. It could be good. So he has to now take it in his stride now. Stay fit, stay consistent. And now there's no Ronaldo. I'm not going to lie to you now, Nordin, yeah? Is this the time now where Martial puts his head down? There's no Ibrahimovic now. There's no Ronaldo. There's no Cavani. There's no... Who else came in and caused a bit of adversity for him? Who came in? Is that the main... So it was Ibrahimovic. Lukaku. So now you're the main man.
Sanchez, Lukaku, Ibrahimovic, Cavani, yes. Ronaldo.
So now, no distractions. It's you and yourself now. Look how powerful that statement is, Nordin. It's you versus yourself because nobody is here to distract you. Nobody. Now go and do it. Even Sanchez, to be fair.
Big up HK Music.
United should go for Guavial or Anthony Silva. Both are going to be world-class centre-back. That Guavial, if he goes to Chelsea, mate, wow. Have you seen this guy, Nordin? This Guavial. Oh, my God, mate. He's 20 years old, man. And this guy is a beast, bro.
100%.
Beast.
And you know what? He's a ball-playing centre-half as well.
I know he is. And he's a beast. As long as Martial's fit, he will be playing, he will do well. But it's say, though, innit? Your best ability, Nordin, is your availability. And this is the problem with Martial. He hasn't been available.
We've never questioned him as a player. Yeah. And even even when he was missing chances, I'll be like, but it's still getting those positions. For me, when I worry forward players, when they're not getting into the positions. Big up Andrew Millis, man. Big up Andrew.
Big up Andrew Millis.
Listen, I say it's simple, innit? Martial, this part of the season is do or die, mate. It's
do or die, mate. Telling you.
Make or break, mate. Seriously.
Yeah.
For me, make or break. But I really want to need this guy. I think Man United could raise some money. Apparently, I've seen reports that saying that Man United want to try to get rid of 3 players in January. Brandon Williams, Aaron Bissaka, and Donny van der Beek. With that money, you could get at least maybe 40 million, 50 million for those 3. Right?
That's shocking, that, you know. We bought Donny for 35. We bought Wan-Bissaka for 50 million. That's 85 million. Brandon Williams obviously is a youth player. 85 million, and we're losing what? How much did you say? for about 25 million, 40 million.
We could get about 40 to 45 million, right?
Wow.
For those three. And then go and get Benjamin Sesko for me. Add a bit, go and get Benjamin Sesko.
Yeah.
That's what I think. That kid, I'm not going to lie to you, that kid has got talent to showcase it in the Premier League. He's got, Saeed, I don't know how much you've seen of him. He's got quick feet. He's got the skills that all you FIFA generation love. But he's also got the touch and the control to bring the ball down, and he's a team player who gets people involved in the game.
I wanna discuss the squad that's going. So you got De Gea, Heaton, Bishop, Dubravka, Victor Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, Williams, Mengi. I want to see more Mengi, man. I think he's not had a chance. So let's see what
Mengi, you know what? He got injured, didn't it? He only came back from 8 months of injury about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago.
Have you watched him live, Nuruddin? You know, when he came through, I watched his first couple of games live, and I was saying to Aaron, because I went with Aaron here, I said, who's that centre back? And I said he's Mengi. And I went, bro, and I checked his age at the time, he was captain in the under-18s at 16.
Mengi, Is that Mengi, not Mengi? Mengi.
Mengi at 16 years old. And I'm not gonna lie to you, at 16, I was like, bro, this guy's got everything. Powerful,
pace, power. Everything. You know what? And he's a diehard United fan.
I know he is, man. I know a couple of people that know him and whatnot. And like I said, for me, I think this is an opportunity now. Bernard, I'm not gonna lie to you, he had a few loan spells at Hull. I think apparently he might get sold in January or be kind of like thing. I don't know. I think this probably ship sailed for him. He's not been given a fair chance, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it is what it is.
To be fair, he's had a lot of injuries, to be fair.
I know. Huardo, I think he's a right back, innit? I think so. Hardly, I don't know. Bennett, is that the I'm trying to think now. Bennett, no, I don't know that Bennett. Odieli, Murray, Federico, Donny, obviously. Donny, these 2 games, Donny. I mean, obviously it's just 2 normal games, but I think the training, he has to do more training, man. He has to be more better. He needs to convince the manager that he's ready and he's up for it and he wants to stay here, because you know what the manager said to him.
You know what? I'm actually over that conversation, Said. I know,
same.
The kid needs to go and play football, man. He's cursed at Man United. It's a curse.
Yeah.
Curse.
Scott McTominay
for him. He needs to go away and just go to Spain or go to Italy, or you know what I mean, and go and play some football. Even go back to Ajax, honestly, and go and play some football.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, Scott McTominay.
He's still young enough. You know what? He's still young enough to regenerate his game. He's only 24, isn't he?
Yeah.
25, 24.
Scott McTominay, Charlie Savage, Iqbal. Iqbal's an interesting order. Why has he not got more games?
Saeed, I'm trying to speak to my friend.
You need to chat to his dad, man.
Listen, I'm chatting to his dad, saying to him, you know what, get him out of Man United, get him alone, man. Go to Middlesbrough. Carry his manager, go to Middlesbrough.
That's what I was gonna say, go to Middlesbrough. Go to
football, man.
Go to Ipswich Town. They're doing well in League One.
Ain't nothing better. Saeed, ain't nothing better than you playing football in a big man sport where you haven't got the comforts and all the protection at Man United.
Yeah, I think for me, Iqbal, you got Carrick, you got Ipswich. I got a mate who watches Ipswich, and they're saying, Kieran McKenna, why did you slate him? And I said, it wasn't really him. It was the fact that he was guiding a team, and it was meant to be Ollie doing it. So in the day, we never really had a problem with Kieran McKenna. It was the people around him. Kieran McKenna was probably...
They're playing bits football. They're doing bits.
Ipswich are doing, and they're playing good football at the minute. Hansen, again, he's still a young player. Goal. Kobe Mino. That's the one that everyone wants to know. And again, for me, he's the next one, the future of
I'm going to make a prediction. Touch wood.
Yeah.
In a year and a half, if he's not in the team, something drastically went wrong. In the season. Well. Look, by next season, if he's not coming on in games, by next season, January, February, unless he's gone on loan, if he's not coming on and actually playing some games, then I'm not here for that. Honestly, there's something that's drastic to go. I am not. This kid, I try to explain his attributes to people. He's got the tenacity and desire of Casemiro, prime Casemiro. He's got the skill and the passing of Paul Pogba,
Paul
short, long, and he's got it. So he can play as the number 6, number 8, or as the number 10. And the youth team, remember the youth cup final? We saw that clearly.
Yeah. But to be fair, I couldn't go because I injured my leg, man. I was man.
Listen, we saw it. Listen, no, but in that I went to 3-4 games in it. I went to 3 games in that youth cup.
Are you going to the Bolton game? But it's on the same day as the World Cup, isn't it? Bolton away. They're playing. The under 21s are playing.
What time?
I don't know, but apparently it's at the same time when there's a World Cup game on. So I know, man. I think Faz is going. Big up to Faz, man. I think they're playing them. I think it's Bolton are playing them. 1 second, I'll find out for you now.
I love to go, man. I love to go. Love to go and go watch them. I missed the women's game the other day. I'm gutted. And they smacked.
What happened?
I could listen. I couldn't go. I was busy. I couldn't go, bro.
Yeah. And then obviously you've got Martial, obviously Ilanga, Shortire. Shortire's lost his way a little bit, innit? I don't know what he needs a loan as well, I think. Shortire. Garnacho, Hugel, McNeil, and Emeran. Garnacho, obviously, he's the main man at the minute. Can Garnacho carry on his form already? Do you reckon he's the one that you're looking at to start now? Are you wanting him to start now? Or is it still he has to wait his time?
I think we have to be super careful with him, Saeed. I don't think we can throw him to the wolves. I think we need to keep his feet on the ground. He's still not signed a new offer contract. Man United want to give him a bigger wages. So they will almost like quadruple his wages that he's on now. Man United are trying to get him in a long-term 5-year deal contract.
Yeah.
But he's not signed anything yet. I think we need to keep his feet on the ground. I think what Ten Hag's doing is good. I like the way he's bringing him in, taking him out, bringing him back in. But yeah, he's a definite impact player. Definitely.
But no, listen, I think for me,
he's a massive wake-up call for Jadon Sancho.
Yeah. Jadon Sancho, let's hope he comes back, man.
Has anybody said anything about when would Sancho be joining the team in Spain?
I don't think he is joining it, you know. I think he's on an individual training program, man. I think for me, I think he's got a lot of stuff, mental health, maybe. He's not in the right frame of mind. I think Ten Hag said, you know what? You're not in the right frame of mind to play football. I think there's something deeper than football that's happened. Because, yes, for me, I'm looking at it thinking, why would Ten Hag want to kind of say, you know what, you're not coming to the squad to train with us when you've got the idea to play with the team and then you've got the chance to also integrate with what Ten Hag wants you to do. So he's got a one-to-one coach. I think he's saying to him, you know what, you focus in Holland, you get yourself fit, and just take your time. This is good man management skills from the manager. I really do. Time to reflect. Because remember, why would you take up
the communication around this? It's a bit dodgy, isn't it? The communication. Just be honest with the fans. Just tell us what's going on. Like
the manager.
What's happened to him?
No, he won't. He won't do it because you know why? Speculation brings problems, man. You don't want it. You know what the media's like, man.
Yeah, you know and that's what I'm saying. Communicate it. Just come out and say it's no shame in it, saying that, I've gone through a bit of mental health. You know what I mean?
No, because that's the whole reason.
I lapse because Man United's a big club.
But that's the whole reason, isn't it? That's the whole reason of mental health, why it's so high, because people keep it.
Big up to him, though, because it looks like he's taking it seriously. Like, he deleted everything, innit? He deleted his social media. So big up to him.
Would you sell Ilanga and Palestri? I'll put Ilanga on loan, and Palestri, I think, for me, is
has Palestri, you know what? Has Palestri given for his performances in the World Cup? Has he given Ten Hag a thing to think about? Has Ten Hag wrote him off?
Too many options.
What's going on there?
Palestri, there's too many options
going on there. Like, something's going on there, isn't it? Like,
the
way him and Ilanga, the way him and Ahmed were just, you know what I mean? Like, Ahmed, at least. Ahmed's doing bits for Sunderland, at least. You know what I mean?
He's doing bits for Sunderland. That's what I'm saying. So I think for me, ultimately,
I always said that. Remember, I always said that. Loan him out. Don't loan him out to another country. Loan him out to the Championship, because there you have to fight. You have to fight. The Championship is uncompromising. You playing every 3 days.
Yeah, and it's physical and it's a battle. So listen, big up to everybody who's locked in. We are 25 likes away from 200 people. Can we get 25 likes?
Get 25 likes ASAP. Let's do that, people. Come on, let's do the countdown.
There you go, man. Do it right now before I read this last super chat, before we wrap up. Hit the like button. Don't be one of them that goes and watches this video and then doesn't like the video. You know what I mean? Because that means you're against us, isn't it? Really, because you're not supporting the channel. So make sure you like the video. Pelestri or Ahmad should be a backup to Anthony, both left-footed.
Palestri's not left-footed. Palestri's not left-footed.
Pelestri, no. Pelestri's not left-footed, bro. Ahmad is. I'd be interested to see Ahmad, man. I think for me, there's a player in there, man. I think we can play maybe in that. I don't know. Maybe he could play in that little 10 role that Mata used to play in, man. You never know.
I think he could also play out wide as well. I think he can come and put pressure on Anthony.
Well, there you go. So we'll see. But listen, people, we're going to move over to
Why don't somebody ask him? Why don't somebody ask? Why don't you get Adam to ask? Next time he's in the press conference, as Adam's most likely going to go to Spain, isn't he? To cover these two games.
He might, you know what? I might ask him, and I'll tell him.
Ask him to ask the question, Saeed, about Ahmad and what the Ten Hag think about the loan so far.
All right, cool. I'll get in touch.
We're going to discuss Manchester United supporters groups all joining together with a letter asking for 12-point plan, I think, for the new supposed new owners. I have to see it to believe it. People, every man and their nana telling me, Man United after people who know nothing about football but know my hatred of the Glazers. People are stopping me. Cars are like chasing me, Saeed. I'm not lying to you. Going, you must be happy. You must be happy. Because they know my 17-year battle with those big bastards. 17-year war with those bastards. People who do not even follow football are coming up to me going, you must be happy. You must be happy. I'm like, I have to see it to believe it.
To believe it. Absolutely. Guys, like the video on your way out. Come join us at United Field Therapy, and we're out, people. Take care.